The time is now. On everything.
But next for me, right now, still developing my company, BOA, Board Administration. We got a few artists that's about to sign some major deals. I'm finishing up working on Wale's third album. Still in the process of finishing my EP. And other than that, just creating material to sell to other artists in the game. That's it.
You say that's so humbling.
What?
Other than that,
That's it. It ain't no, I've been doing this for 17 years, so it's the same old. Now,
I hear people complain, get mad at him. I see them go from loving him to hating him to loving him again, because they like, yeah, man, want to do a song with him, he ain't had time. I remember when he only cost $2,000 to get on the track. I don't understand why he on, but I don't hear no go-go on the radio. How he gonna get on?
but some people, but you know what though? You know what I can say to that? Because a lot of shit I can say and ain't nobody gonna say nothing. But some people have a different idea of what success is, or some people got different levels of what's good and what's not.
Right.
Like I brought him in. I kind of like brought him into this music game here in DC.
Right.
And you could count on your hands how many records that we got together.
Right.
If it ain't it, it ain't it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. Some people got a higher level of what they looking for. And it ain't saying that, it ain't never saying that, like Wale don't never be saying that somebody ain't dope or that he ain't a fan of nobody, because when I first met him, he was a huge fan of UCB.
Right.
But if I'm doing a project and I say I know you and I know you sing and I know you produce and you submitting me material, if it ain't what I'm looking for, you not gonna make the project. It ain't no love lost. You know what I'm saying? You just not making that project. Point blank period. But people be taking offense to that shit. And then some people think that they further along talent-wise and they further along skill-wise in this business than they really are. And they don't really be being realistic with themselves. You can't just jump in and be 25 years old and be like, I want to rap now. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
What about that?
Because you got to study this game. It take time to be, you know what I'm saying? It take time. It take time to, when you do. How long y'all been doing this? But how long y'all had this here? I remember. When did y'all start it? What was the first project?
The first project we did was Tabby.
Put Me in the Pocket, right?
Yeah.
And guess what? And hold on. This is a story I got from Six and Tabby. They called me and asked me to come do a cameo in the joint, right?
Right.
I came and did a cameo. I asked them, what happened to the video? They was like, we had to scratch it. We're going to do another one. And that's when y'all did the studio one down there by NPR.
Yeah.
And so I asked them what happened. And they was telling me that the director that they had, they paid them all this money. The edit ain't come out like how they wanted to. So what they did was, shit, we going to pick up the shit and learn how to edit it ourselves. But that was back in 2006. It's 2013. If you see the growth that they have had since 2006 to 2013, but that's what I'm saying. It take years to develop your craft. So you can't just be like, man, shit, I'm rapping. Man, I know Wale, he from DC. Man, we need to get on the song together. It'll be big for both of us because the city fuck with me the whole time. Don't nobody really even know you. You know what I'm saying? And then cause you gotta be. A lot of these rappers don't be realistic with themselves, and Wale get a lot of flack because they be saying shit like, cause he ain't come up in the inner city and all that.
Right.
Well, listen. I'm gonna say the same shit he gonna say, and you ain't gonna say shit to me, because this is gonna be an issue if you say it to me. So if I say these things, which I be wanting to, I just be trying to just chill, you know what I'm saying? But like a lot of the time, a lot of these artists, they don't be realistic with themselves. Like on the rap scene, take any rapper from DC, put him in a 930 club. How many people gonna come?
Nobody.
Exactly.
None.
So you don't have no substance. You nobody yet. You can't depend on another man for the success. You can't be like, man, shit, I'm gonna do a song with him, and then shit, I probably get that fan. You know what I'm saying? Because people be, it's so much money, Bob, that I have turned down in the city from people wanting to do stuff with me and pay me whatever. But if the integrity of what I'm doing with you ain't right, if 20 people gonna hear it, why I'm gonna waste my time and my energy and I'm taking your money,
Right.
and then the song ain't going nowhere.
No.
Why would I do that? You know what I mean? So like a lot of people
Sometimes people
don't be.
just want to come up. They're just about their money.
can't-
It's not about their
But
character.
it's a process.
It's about
That's
the
what
money.
that's but that means the integrity is missing. There.
I mean, yeah, you can't.
You can't skip the steps. You can't skip the
You
steps.
just want to hop in like, oh, I'm hot.
I was at the Shadow Room.
He
He
was
was
out.
at the Shadow Room. I was in New York at Erica's concert. He was there. He's in the back. He's in the front. He's in the seat with you. He's in the skybox. He's in
His
the
work
stage
ethic is
room.
incredible.
He's just
He's
everywhere. Wale is
His
everywhere.
work ethic is incredible.
Yeah.
But like you gotta have somebody that's articulate like him to be able to have been first to open up the door, man. I could say if anybody else was in my position that I was in early, I don't know how far DC would have been because I sacrificed a lot. Like I put my career to the side. I put a lot of UCB as a whole. We put a lot of shit to the side to push him to the forefront.
How
Because
feel
you know
now?
why?
You proud about it?
Yeah, because it wouldn't be no Fat Trail or no Shot Glizzy or none of these other little niggas if I didn't make that sacrifice though. Because anybody else would have been like, when everybody was coming around like, man, you need to leave Wale, man, do your own thing. Like in the industry.
Right.
And people with the labels and all that be saying shit like that. What if I would have been that selfish or been that, you know, would have been thinking like that, yeah, and then would have and then like we wouldn't have created the movement that we did create to solidify him in the game, not to just have him in the game,
Right.
but to solidify him as one of the hottest and the best brands and artists in the game, because his brand was bigger than his music at one time.
It was when he was
Yeah.
traveling.
His
and,
brand was
I mean,
big.
I heard him talking about it in the lyrics a little bit here and there.
In
but
08 and
he
09, we
went
was
all the
over
way
there. We
out,
was
came
in
all the way
Australia
back,
and
was in
everything. We
Europe
ain't had no
and everything.
album. It was off mixtapes. You in Australia. They knew Sexy Lady in Australia. I didn't know how. I was there. You know that. I was in Australia
What
in
they were in
2009.
Australia?
YouTube was out.
I mean, was it hot?
It wasn't like
We have
hot
a
like
question
that,
from
but
the audience.
We have a question. I noticed when you guys were doing the music and the interlude for the award show, I think it was MTV.
I
Oh,
remember
we
that
did
on the
MTV.
side.
And when you guys, I was noticing the crowd and the audience of the people, how, you know, you could tell in one aspect it touched certain people, and then it missed a majority of the demographic who was there.
Yeah.
So the question that I had when I was looking at it is in a sense of how do you in a whole, whether it's Wale or whether it's UCB, like how do you gravitate the people that you couldn't connect to at that time? How do you now step outside of that and
I'ma
get
tell
those
you-
people involved?
that was our like whole mission. You gotta have somebody that masters one thing to be able to present another thing. And that's what people from here wasn't really realizing, that at the end of the day, you still gotta have words. You still gotta have somebody rapping or somebody singing with this go-go music. And then, you ready?
No.
Ready now?
I'm ready now.
Sure.
Positive.
Positive. Are you
Positive.
watching?
I am
Tuned
watching.
in?
Are you tuned in?
This is TRE, and you watching Candlelight TV.
Beautiful music, painting pictures, this be my vision. They gon' love me for my ambition. Easy to dream a dream, though it's harder to live it.